What is going on with Internet Archive? I didn't see. What's the news? They lost their court appeal and fight over online lending library. Oh, it was over ebook lending. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. It was over digital scanning and all that. Okay, so four major book publishers accused the nonprofit Internet Archive of illegally scanning copyrighted works and lending them to the public online for free and without permission. 127 books, stuff like from Malcolm Gladwell, Lewis Morrison, Salinger, Elie Wiesel, and they made them freely available through their free digital library. But those publishers were saying that they should not be public domain. Scanning books they own for lending instead of paying a license to publishers for ebook lending. You know, if you are the publisher of that book and you own that, I understand it. I understand the argument, but yeah, exactly what Recon said. I'm seeing that Neil Gaiman was behind it and still like it was pushed through like this. I don't know. That stinks. However, one other author that was not with it, she was against it. She was saying she wrote a best-selling novel, The House on Mango Street. She said finding her works available for free online felt like she had gone to a pawn shop and seen her stolen possessions on sale. So there were people that felt very differently about it, and I understand that. It should just be an opt-in thing. I know that's more communication, more work, but it should just be an opt-in. They should contact publishers, authors, whatever, and be like, we want to put your thing here, can we? And they check yes or no. That's it. That's how it should be. It shouldn't be a all yes or all no decision, in my opinion. They loaned out textbooks during lockdown specifically beyond the number of licenses they had. Oh, well, you know, the college textbook industry is just fucked. It's fucked. It's a huge moneymaker for a lot of institutions, a lot of professors. So I get that. I get why they would go after that. They would lose so much money if things were allowed to be distributed like that. And you know what? People do it anyway. People do it in college anyway. It'd be nice if I could check them out with a library card. That would be nice, right? Yeah, like if a library can exist and operate the way it does, why can't they be a digital library, right? Like what would they need to do and how is it different? I don't know. Can only be to one person at a time. Yeah, but that's not scalable. I don't know. These people don't like libraries in general. That's true. That's true. I don't know. I've always been a fan of physical libraries, so my experience with them has never been in the ebook world. I am not an ebook reader. I've always been someone that like gets physical copies of things. So for me, I don't know. Never really experienced it much. Like if the Library of Congress would let me check out digital with my state library card so I don't have to drive across the country to find one rare copy of a rare book. Yeah, no, I get that. I wanted to read something that I could only access at the Library of Congress once. And my options were to go there or to have the book physically get loaned to a partnered library, which were only a few. And I ended up making a whole trip out there to be able to check out, or not, you couldn't check it out. You actually could only read it in the place because you couldn't remove the book from the Library of Congress because it was like a rare one. You know, they were not going to let someone take the copy home that they had because it was just a book from a very remote place. So it was just not one that they were going to have. So I wanted to make copies of the pages and stuff. So I did that. I got the book, was sitting in there reading through it, and I made copies of like everything because it was for a research thing. And God, it was such a fucking slog. And I really wished I could have done that online. I had made this whole trip, and it was nice. It was an adventure, but like it was like I basically did like a day trip out there, and I traveled for a very long time there and a very long time back, and all for a stupid fucking book. Stupid fucking book, man. And I got what I wanted out of it. It had like mention of something that I was researching that, you know, I couldn't really find much mention of anywhere. I was very limited in the research I could do on it. So I was happy to have it, but I don't know. It was kind of like, it was cool. It felt great when I got there. I traveled a really long time and was there physically and had the book, and I was reading through it and I was like, this is so cool. This is rare. It's like, I'm going to make copies of everything that I can and like photocopy so that I can keep reading through this. Great. And then when I gave the book back and like started heading home, it just hit me how horrible that whole trip was. I was just like, what? I traveled all this time to get here just to photocopy something and go home with some papers. And it just felt like shit. Like it was so great when I was there, and it's so terrible on the way back. I was like, man, what an inconvenience. I spent all that money on a train ticket too. It was just terrible. They trust us random idiots to touch these books instead of just digitizing them and making it available. Yeah, imagine if they scanned all of that in, right? Fully digitize it, but then make it so that I have to use a certain library card and sit in their facility to use it. Right? That'd be so much better. I'm sitting there with gloves on and I'm like, thank God I'm a respectful individual, because some people would have like really mishandled that book, I would think. I don't know, man. It was very sus. If only there was some sort of digital library. Oh. Man, if only, if only.